time I
You
have
ready?
6 o'clock, Mr. Brown.
Okay. It's nice to see a large crowd here tonight. We'd like to call to order the regular board meeting for June 2nd. Mr. Philo, would you call roll?
Ms. Landon,
Yes.
Mrs. Malad,
Yes.
Mr. Steininger,
Here.
Mr. McCourt,
Here.
Mr. Browning.
Here. Okay, could we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So could I get a motion, please, to approve the agenda as reviewed by Mr. Philo?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Mr. Philo?
Mrs. Malad,
Yes.
Mr. McCourt,
Yes.
Ms. Landon,
Yes.
Mr. Steininger,
Yay.
Mr. Browning.
Yes. Motion passes. Could I get a motion to approve the minutes of the May 5th board meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you, Mr. Philo.
Mrs. Malad,
Yes.
Mr. Steininger.
Yay.
Ms. Landon,
Yes.
Mr. McCourt,
Yes.
Mr. Browning.
Yes. Motion passes. Next, we have board reports and good of the order. So, Tim?
Yeah, I'll get
You
started.
wanna
I guess, did you all know that that Fairborn High School has an e-sport club, and their advisor is Dan Rizzotti. The team has been very busy. After a shutout defeat versus Kettering and an early lead against Forest Hills, our Overwatch team fell 3-4 to Forest Hills. The team earned Southwest Regional runners-up and a place at the state tournament at the University of Akron on June 18th and 19th. And we just want to congratulate Mr. Rizzotti and the e-sport team. Also, an important note is that we have 2 dates that you may want to be watching for. As you know, the old 5 Points building will be torn down shortly, and that we're offering people a chance to do a walkthrough. For some of you, there's a lot of memories there from many, many years. And the first walkthrough will be on June 4th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the second walkthrough will be on Monday, June 6th, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And the public is invited to do a walkthrough. So if you're interested, you can check out the buildings again one last time. One very last time. Do it. Thank you.
Katie?
All right. Hello, everybody. It's good to see all the smiling faces. We want to say congratulations to 2 of our Fairborn City Schools family, Jada Eskridge, who is a student at Fairborn High School, and staff member Jake Fulton, who were both selected as Volunteers of the Year for the YMCA at their regional banquet. We appreciate their knowledge and expertise in our school district and the support of Fairborn's youth through volunteerism. Congratulations. Also, we have really good news. The Fairborn High School production of Grease has been recognized as an outstanding musical by the Miami Valley High School Theater Awards Association through Dayton Live. 2 of our performers, lead actor Alex Fall, who played Danny Zuko, and Danny Kearns, who played Kaniki, are both up for the lead actor award and supporting actor award. The awards will be held at the Schuster Center on June 7th, and the kids are really excited because they actually get to perform on the Schuster stage for being selected as one of those top musicals. And lastly, as a shout out for the music club, I would just like to say thank you to everyone who came out and supported our Jazz Fest on May 13th. We had a really lovely turnout. Lots of great prizes were given out, and that is one of the music club's biggest fundraisers for the year. So to see so many smiling faces and to have people back in the building again, that was really, really wonderful. So thank you to everyone who supported that.
Okay. Wendy?
Sure. The Fairborn City School District has students in grades the 2nd through 6th grade to participate in a nationwide noetic math contest, and the contest focuses on creative and critical thinking skills. And of the 109 students who participated in the contest, 23 Fairborn students earned National Honorable Mention Awards, demonstrating their top talents among 31,739 students from all 50 states who competed.
You got it.
We'll
take that.
Congratulations. We also want to say students at Fairborn Intermediate School took a nice field trip over to Save-A-Lot and then over to the Fairborn Food Fish Pantry. And the kids participated in shopping, budgeting, and money skills. We want to thank the students and the staff for the field trip and the opportunity to learn and support the Food Fish Pantry, or the Fairborn Fish Pantry. And I'd also like to say, you know, it was a great honor to be able to participate in the graduation ceremony this year. Something new for me, and it was a great honor, and I'm very happy to be able to participate. And then also kind of echoing what Katie said, Jazz Fest, it was a great event, always is every year, probably one of my favorite events. Then again, I say a lot of all these events are my favorite, but in all honesty, the Jazz Fest is one of my favorite ones. So thank you to everybody that came and participated and supported the group.
Okay, Pat.
First of all, congratulations to the Fairborn High School girls softball team who was successful and won the Miami Valley League championship in their sport. So a big congratulations to them. Also, congratulations to the following Fairborn High School seniors who will be continuing their sports journey at the next level. First of all, Colton Hill will be playing baseball at Hocking Hills. Abigail Walters will be playing softball at Eureka College.
I think that's where they make the vacuums. Isn't it?
Oh. And Carl Slater will be playing football for Ohio Northern University. So a big congratulations to all of them. Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to start off, you know, a number of us attended the senior awards, and I had heard a number, but I want to let everybody know tonight, I mean, congratulations to all of them that won awards, but the total scholarships for the senior class this year was $1.651 million. So that's a nice number to help the kids go on to whatever they're going to be doing next. The next thing is our Baker Middle School track team. The boys 4x800 and the girls 4x400 both qualified for state. And the girls actually won 6th in state, which to me is huge for Fairborn. And they ran a time that was 4:20:40.42, and that actually beat their prior personal record by 8 seconds. So to make that big of a jump in the state finals is huge, so congrats to them. For me, you know, getting to go back to graduation, kind of what I call normal. Didn't have everybody spread out, didn't have masks, those types of things. It was a great ceremony for all the kids, and it's an honor for us to get to participate and hand out all the diplomas. And then through the month of May, you know, it's always busy between orchestra concerts, band concerts, choir concerts, and just love watching what our music department does. I think it's a great program for kids, and you look at all the kids that are involved with it. And then Greece, you know, all the awards that Katie mentioned that Greece won. It's really neat to have our kids be, and there's a number of kids, it's not just the 2 leads that get to perform down there. The actual cast gets to perform on the 7th at Schuster Center. So it's huge for them.
And just a side note on that, there are 28 participating schools in the Mavista. So to be recognized for out of 28 schools, that's something else.
And they said that it's first time that the 2 leads both came from
Yeah.
the same school, the same production. So it's really huge for Fairborn. So that's it. So we can move on to recognition of visitors.
Mr. President, we have nobody signed up.
Okay, then we'll turn it over to Mr. Lawley.
Just follow you.
Every year, the Ohio School Boards Association recognizes businesses and organizations, large and small, corporate-owned or family-run, that play a key role in supporting the community and local schools. From helping schools with in-kind or financial contributions, donating to scholarships, scholarship programs, and supporting extracurriculars, to offering internship opportunities, volunteering in the schools, and sponsoring field trips. These groups contribute to the schools in many ways, and I guarantee you, the organization.
I think she wants you to use the mic.
We're recognizing tonight. Okay. the business that we're recognizing tonight go well above and beyond in helping our students in so many different ways. So thank you for your continued support of the Fairborn City Schools. So we would like to honor tonight, if you would come forward when you were called, the City of Fairborn for putting up all the banners that they have done for our seniors that you see hanging up throughout downtown. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll get a picture, so just stand up to the front here, okay? Next is Trim's Property Maintenance. Thank you very much, Matt.
Which is the best.
We're gonna come out there.
Okay, thank you guys very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll ruin it for you.
Next is TCA Graphics.
Where's TCA?
Right here. Platform.
Next, Fair Creek Church.
He's doing the rundown.
Yeah.
High fives all the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's an honor. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And last, Juby's Creamery. Thank you very much. Okay, we'd like to get a picture of everybody up front here, so if we could do that.
Do we get up there? You want us up there?
Yep.
Okay, okay.
We always like to be in.
You can get us all in, Henry?
Squeeze in a little bit, and I hate to do this little pain, but can you guys just like step over here?
Unless you want the back of your head picture.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, we got it. Everybody has to smile.
Thank you. Congratulations, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks, bud.
Soon. Good exercise for us.
Next set of awards is a big reason why we're here, and that's to recognize students and the success they've had. Here tonight is Sarah Fulton. She is the gifted coordinator for the Fairborn City Schools to recognize those NIMSY STEM Star students.
Hello, thank you for coming tonight to recognize your students. This year, Fairborn High School participated in a national grant program called the NIMSY program, or the National Math and Science Initiative. As part of that program, Fairborn received specific support for our AP programs, and we have been working really hard to improve both instruction and participation and success through the AP programs. As part of that, the NIMSY grant also offered 8 $500 scholarship checks to our most specifically talented, driven, and focused students in the AP program. These are students who are willing to work hard and take on these challenging courses and persevere through those challenges throughout the year. So tonight we're going to take the time to recognize each of those 8 students. Those are of the 120 that participated in the AP programs, and then even more students who don't even take on those challenging courses. So these are really the cream of the crop. So congratulations for those of you who are here to see these students receive their awards. Our first student receiving the NIMSY award is Abigail Owens. Giant check. Stay up here for pictures. Our next student is Angela Lynn.
That's perfect.
Next, we have Claire Torres. Next, we have Hayden Barnett. Next, we have Lydia Pace. Congratulations. Next, we have Macy Smith. Congratulations. Our next award winner is Mark Sledge. And our final NIMSY Star Student Award winner is Trevor Anderson. Congratulations to each of these students.
Great job. Good job, sweetie.
Let's form a couple rows maybe.
I think we can get you to squeeze in.
Squeeze in, you get it?
Yep. But everyone has to smile.
All parents get the pictures they wanted.
Great job. Yes.
Yep.
Spend it all in one place, guys.
It is really great to see
Oh, yeah.
that we have gotten through COVID and that we're back to honoring student success. So again, congratulations to the students here tonight. It just proves that Fairborn has great, great students right here in Fairborn.
Yep.
Next, we have here Baker Middle School teacher, Mrs. Kitten Gear, is going to do and ask for permission for approval on
Yes.
tonight's agenda for a Washington DC trip.
Yes,
for
we went
next
with a
year.
new company. The old company wanted over $1,000. This year, the company we're going with only wants $682. And if they signed up within 48 hours of our parent meeting, they got $50 off. So it's really a great price, probably cheaper than what Miss Malad paid for her daughter years ago.
Oh, yes.
So it is a really good program. We're going to leave on a Tuesday morning and come back on Friday night.
Okay.
It'll be May 9th through May 12th of 2023. So it's after testing is all done and everything like that. So it's something the kids can look forward to at the end of the year next year. So we have
Awesome.
47 students signed up so far.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
So it's excellent, yeah. So we
Thank
just
you.
want that permission to leave and have fun.
Yes.
And we'll leave in the morning. No longer are they driving through the night. So we'll leave
move.
bright and early,
Good
6
move.
o'clock in the morning
Right.
before school starts and get out before the buses.
Good. Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions?
No, I think it's a great trip.
Enjoy.
It is, it's wonderful. Mr. Harchick was the first group I ever went with back in way 2000, so it's really fun.
Have fun.
Oh, it will be fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Next, we have the facility update with all the construction work we have going on at the intermediate and the new high school. Mr. Jeff Patrick.
Good evening. We'll go ahead and get started. Basically, kind of focus on the intermediate school since that's our big project going on this summer. We have met with the custodial staff. We've talked about things that we will be disposing of in the 5 Points building. We have tours set up for the community. We also have, we believe, 2 time capsules on site that we'll be digging up and trying to open at some point in time to be determined. But overall, just wanted to kind of go through that schedule and make sure the community and board and everybody knows kind of what we're at as far as time frames and so forth. It's pretty tight. So next Tuesday, in the board agenda on page 10, you have item C, which talks about the disposal of equipment, furniture, curriculum, and so forth. And basically that's just a fancy word for getting rid of some stuff. And we did this the last time we did this move in 2020. We went through and we put some stuff out for the community to come through and take. And we'll be doing that again, probably starting at the end of next week. We'll do that and advertise that through social media. But the one thing that we are going to do is give the preschools and the daycares a chance to come through first and kind of look at desks, chairs, that kind of stuff. We're going to do that Tuesday morning. They'll come through, and we're going to give them through the rest of next week to come and get that stuff that they would like to have before we start putting stuff out there. Next Wednesday, we'll go down to the Wright building. We have a lot of old stuff stored at the Wright building. We'll kind of do the same thing. We'll start to push some stuff outside of the Wright building, and most likely the first community roundup will be at the Wright building probably next Thursday. We're trying to work that out with the food pantry so that we're not in conflict with them and their services and so forth. We'll clear as much of the Wright building out as we can, because we do actually have some better stuff at the 5 Points building that we'd like to take down and store at Wright for a little bit. We've got some decent cafeteria tables, chairs, some better stuff than some of the older stuff that we currently have in that building. So on page 10, C is basically that will help us dispose of some of that to the community and let them come. It also saves us money, is one of the reasons we do it. We have big construction dumpsters in that we're throwing really bad stuff into, broken stuff, and every time that we have to have those dumpsters dumped, several $100s. So if the community wants to come and take some of the stuff, that basically saves us from having to dump those things. We also have tours that we'll be giving the principals and the administration of the new building next week. We have custodians scheduled for tours of the new building. Due to the slowness of the schedule, the principals and teachers and so forth haven't got into that building as much as we would like. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we can give them tours and they can kind of see what things look like, and as we move forward with that. We then have brand new furniture coming on Monday, June the 27th. It will take about 3 weeks to assemble that and put that into the new classrooms. We have a moving company coming on Monday, July the 18th to take the teachers' books, materials from the 5 Points building and move them into the new school. We're hoping to be able to do that in about a week. All this kind of ties up real tight together because on Wednesday, November the 27th, we will start to abate the 5 Points building. So we'll start to do that abatement and demo and that process so that we can have that all done by November the 15th. So a lot of these things kind of back up against one another. The good thing about the abatement and demo, several months ago we started that whole process. You realize we were about $1 million over budget at that point in time. We have reconfigured everything, and now it looks like we are a lot closer to being on budget. We will advertise that abatement and demo at $900,000. We feel pretty good that we can get bids to come in on budget, so that'll be good. We've worked through that, which is that's a big plus. Right. We also have. That's all important because the substantial completion date of the new intermediate school, at one point in time it was March, at one point in time it was April, at one point in time it was June 24th. It is now set as August the 1st. So what that means is basically everything's complete. We can get temporary occupancy. That will allow us to let the teachers into the new building on Wednesday, August the 3rd. Takes a couple days to get the temporary occupancy certificate, so we're just kind of buffing that just a little bit. Moving forward, then we have new curriculum coming to the new building the first part of August. We have new appliances coming to the new intermediate the first part of August. And basically we have the first day for students in grades 1 through 12 is Thursday, August the 18th. So it's all pretty tight. I think we're going to make it. There might be some heartburn. I might lose some more hair. I might turn gray. But we're going to make it, and we'll make sure everything gets accomplished. The one thing I will need from the board, and I'm just putting this out there, is that probably approximately around July the 21st, I'll probably need a special board meeting to approve the bids of the abatement and the demo of the 5 Points building. And you guys kind of know how that works out timing-wise and so forth. So just to kind of give you a heads up with that. And also in the agenda tonight, you have page 10 that are my items F and G. You have the resolution to do the restroom. We've done that one before. We had to change the language just a little bit. One of the new ones that we've been talking about for several months are the replacement of the light poles at the soccer stadium. We kind of went back and forth about middle poles, couldn't get any bids. Then we got a real high bid for just replacing 2 wood poles. So where we have settled is 4 galvanized steel light poles, all new fixtures, that can basically be bolted to the ground, and then we can move them to the new high school down the road. So I think that's going to work out, and if everything works out the way they should, that'll all work out before soccer season gets here the end of August. So keep your fingers crossed. It's kind of interesting on materials. So that's kind of where we stand with the primary and the intermediate. The big thing we've got going on at the high school is that you drive past it every day, you probably notice something different, which is a good thing. They're really doing a great job out there. The classroom wing, they have basically the steel rafters are up and in place for the entire academic wing. The whole classroom wing is done. They finished that yesterday. You also have noticed that AES started to pull down the power poles. That's all going to be direct bury underground. We have hit a snag, as we have with materials. We're having a hard time them getting the electric cable in at this point in time. So they'll get the poles down, we'll get it buried, and we'll have power hopefully sooner than later, because we're really starting to need it. So high school's coming along really well. The summer's going to be a really interesting summer as far as dates, times, backing up against one another, and if we miss one thing, it's going to affect a lot of other dates. So that's just kind of a quick update. And any questions?
No questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
At this time, our guests can leave if they want.
Right.
This is the time to run like the wind.
Run.
What,
Congratulations,
you don't wanna stay?
everyone.
Yeah,
Mike,
congratulations.
you gotta
Mr.
stay.
Thank you for
Trimbach.
coming.
Bye, Mrs. Trimbach.
That was nearly $2,000 or $3,000 there walking out the door. About $3,000 or $4,000
Right.
walking out the door in checks.
Take it.
You mean they can't bring these to the bank?
No, they can't. They might try.
Try putting that through the money machine. Try depositing that in that little slot.
Yeah.
What happened to everybody?
Now everybody's in the back.
You guys want to
can
move
move
up?
forward if you want.
No.
No.
Why not?
Come on.
Oh,
Okay,
come
we
on.
ready?
Come forward.
We're ready.
Okay.
We feel so lonely.
Do it.
Okay. Next on the agenda, we have budget and finance.
Sounds good.
We've got treasurer recommendations to approve the monthly financial report for April. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Philo?
Mr. McCourt,
Yes.
Ms. Landon,
Yes.
Mrs. Malad,
Yes.
Mr. Steininger,
Yay.
Mr. Browning.
Yes, motion passes. Next, we have administrative reports and superintendent recommendations, and this goes all the way to the bottom of page 10 with obviously a number of recommendations and contracts and those types of things, but there's one specifically we'd like to talk about. Mr. Lawley?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Browning. You will be voting on 2 of the items in that consent agenda on my part, and the superintendent recommendations. I've created a position for the Fairborn City Schools that will be titled Safety and Security Coordinator. You will be asked to approve that position. And then another part that you will be asked to approve is the person that we have chosen to be the Safety and Security Coordinator for the Fairborn City Schools, and that is a very well seasoned, experienced police officer who is currently with the Fairborn City Schools, and that's Lieutenant William Titley. He will be retiring from the force and joining the Fairborn City Schools. The wealth of experience that he brings to us in every facet with school safety is second to none. Bill was I believe, our first SRO officer for the Fairborn City School District. Am I correct on that? And at that time, Bill did a lot of training for our staff, and that's what he will bring to the table. A number of things. He's going to be responsible for a number of things. But he will coordinate the safety in our district. He will do school threat assessment training for our entire staff. So he will be very organized, and he will work with myself and Mr. Walker in prepping for when the teachers and students return in August. So he's going to hit the ground running here in the very near future in doing planning, assessment, looking at where we're vulnerable in every building throughout the district. So he brings a lot to us, and we're very excited to have him aboard. So you'll be voting on that. With that being said, I want to make sure everybody knows that protecting children in the classroom is a priority for all of us. And this is just a start. There are a number of things that we can do to improve on. And let me say this also. This position had been in the making, as you know, for a good while. And then with the situation in Texas, I think the timing is right that we really evaluate what we do here in the Fairborn City Schools. So with that being said, we got some improvement to do, and we're going to do it.
Okay. Any other comments from the board?
I'll just make a few comments. First of all, I've known Bill for a long time, and as Mr. Lawley said, he brings a wealth of knowledge to his profession and to this position. I think it's important, as Mr. Lawley said, letting people know that we just didn't start this 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago. This was spoke about from the board with Gene and some of the other people in the district, and this was a must for us. Our SRO officers do a great job in the district, but this is one step further. And our kids deserve this, our parents deserve it, and we just think we've got one of the Miami Valley's best coming to Fairborn to take this position. Bill, we welcome you. Thank you.
Yeah, just a quick comment is, like Pat and Gene said, this has been in the works for a while, but obviously recent events really drive the priority of this up. And, you know, everything we do is for the kids, in my mind, for this district. And this is another step of what we can do to protect our kids. And, you know, I always say we want to send them home safely every day. And this is, to me, a huge step towards helping us do that. So, anything else?
If I can add, you're also going to be approving, we have 2 staff members that are retiring, rehiring. Vicki Weiss, elementary teacher, and Dr. Sue Brackenhoff, retiring, rehiring. We are very excited about them coming back to us. And I think sometime in August or September, Dr. Brackenhoff will be making a presentation on some of our test scores that I think you'll be very, very pleased with. We are making progress with the programs that we have implemented. So you'll be getting that maybe August, September. Okay.
Thank you, Sue, and welcome back.
Thank you.
One last comment about
Go ahead.
Officer Bill was, you know, as our first officer, what I noticed was his reaction and action with the kids. And they loved him. They were still, to this day, I expect, come up to him and say, "Hey, hi, Officer Bill, how you doing?" And he'll talk to them about how their families are doing, how their kids are doing. And I just looked at it when I heard his name. I said, this is the person who not just can help us out with safety, but I think can help us with the whole interaction with students within his community because of his respect that he has for them and they have for him. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
So if no other comments, can I get a motion to approve this part of the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Philo?
Mrs. Malad,
Yes.
Ms. Landon,
Yes.
Mr. Steininger,
Yay.
Mr. McCord,
Yes.
Mr. Browning.
Yes. Motion passes. Welcome aboard. Okay, next, we have the first reading of, let's see, the policies, right? Doing review, revised policies, and you can see the topics that are in the agenda. And there's also an attachment with it. Next, gifts and donations. Pat, would you read that?
Sure. Great pleasure to announce that, again, a couple Fairborn people in this list, I believe, but it's amazing to me that Fairborn people keep coming back to their community, those who stay with us. They just keep helping where they can, both financially and voluntarily. So Bev Woods, $200 for the football program, and $2 for the turf field. Florence Cricky, $500, and Steve Ross, $25. To all mentioned, thank you very much again for your generous donation.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Philo.
At this time, we will take a short 5-minute break for restrooms and to accommodate the news media who may want to get some on-air time. And then we'll go into a short work session, a couple items there. And then after the work session, we'll go into the executive session with no further action anticipated by the board other than adjournment, so.
Okay, thank you. So we're adjourned, or not adjourned, a recess.
Recess.